Well, a New South Wales Liberal MP has used his maiden speech in state parliament to take aim at what he calls sexist school hours. Jordan Lane says the 3 o'clock finish is outdated and not fair on working mums. He wants to see the end of the school day pushed back to 6 p.m. to better reflect modern working hours.
To empower parents, especially mothers, to retain their independence and, if they decide, to remain connected to the workforce. To not be forced to choose between their own career progression or raising children.
Well, Liberal MP Jordan Lane joins us now. Jordan, how are current school hours sexist?
Oh, hi Hamish, thanks for having me and thanks to the team. Look, I think that the school system as it exists today is the same as it was when it was constructed back in the 1950s. Since then, society's moved on a long way, but most households have 2 family members that work. And of course, we know that back in the 50s when it was created, a lot of women didn't work. So that's why I've called it for what it is and why I'm looking for some change.
So what will this actually look like ending school at 6 o'clock?
So, to be very clear, this isn't about the school day with the teachers staying through until 6 o'clock. This is about the school finishing as it does, because we've got to respect the hard work that our teachers do. But that come 3 o'clock, rather than imposing it upon parents to have to leave their employment to come and pick up the kids, we can provide a host of extracurricular activities to expose the kids to a whole host of new opportunities around things like language, culture, art, dance, music and drama, so that they can become a better rounded citizen and somebody that can contribute more broadly for the future of this country, but at the same time take that pressure off families who we know are working, who are really busy and who sometimes can't afford to either not work or to have to take time off to do that pickup. It's a real struggle, and that's what I hear all the time from people in my electorate and around the community.
I have 3 boys, and it is. But you know what? At 6 o'clock in the evening, when the kids are absolutely feral, and if they've been at school all day, like my kids at 3 o'clock are just rotten. What is your experience with ratty kids at 6 o'clock in the afternoon?
I grew up with 2 sisters, and they knocked me around all the time. So, So look, but I think it's more around creating some structure. We don't need to have a wacky period at the end of the day if we can get some structure, and it can be on really constructive things that actually further and enhance the learning experience and are fun. It doesn't have to all be about maths and English. That's not what it's about at all.
Jordan, we all know there's a labour market shortage. Why not put all of these children to work?
That's the solution.
Well, if we could. But I think this is about getting them well equipped to be
He almost went there, didn't he? We all saw that.
The glint in his eye.
The new young Liberal MP, of course he almost went there.
No, it's not about that. It's just about it. It's about having a better, brighter future and some choice and opportunity. Not everyone has to do it. If they're happy with the way things are now, be my guest, continue it. The whole idea is about making sure that we give those kids the best opportunity to do things, whilst at the same time making sure that our teachers continue to do the work they're doing. They're not being put under any extra pressure, but we bring in providers who would love to provide these services and love to use the school infrastructure to do it. It's fit for purpose. Why not give it a crack?
Wouldn't you call this, though, just free after-school care, Jordan?
Look, you could characterise it that way. I think it's a bit of a substitute to after-school care. So there are plenty of families that are already involved in arrangements, whether it's with extracurricular providers or whether it's with after-school already. They can continue that. But for some that can't afford or can't get a place, it's an alternative to that, and it just means that it's something a bit more structured and a bit more focused on extracurricular learning.
Jordan, thanks very much for your time tonight.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me.